After my fiance didn't show up to our wedding, he completely disappeared. Nobody knew where he was. I was so angry, so depressed, and so hurt, I decided to just write out my feelings. And while I was writing out my feelings, I'm like, you know what? Let me send it to the Shade Room. It's like an online tabloid for Instagram. So the next thing I know, they actually posted my story. It was on the Sun Times in England. It came out on Twitter, Facebook, it was on Black Sports Magazine online. I was like, oh my God, this story is really going viral. I was absolutely glad it got posted because I wanted everybody to see exactly what happened to me.
3 days after the wedding, you emailed a story online to a gossip page, and it goes viral. Subject, my fiance never showed to our wedding. This was supposed to be me and my ex-fiance, but he never showed up to our wedding. People showed up and flew from everywhere and went back home after the venue turned them around. I found out he never paid the venue. I was at the hotel getting ready with my girls when this went down. 10 years gone in 10 minutes. Now, you say 10 years because you guys have been together one way or another since you were like grade school. So not only were you romantically involved, you guys grew up as friends.
Yes, absolutely. That was my best friend.
This is a special kind of betrayal.
Yeah.
Tell me if I've read this right. I still love him.
I do.
Now, your family has said, your friends have said, and I quote, they will disown you if you reconnect with this guy and get back together with him.
That's right.
Are you talking to him?
I am talking to him.
Are you considering marrying him?
I'm considering it, but I have terms.
Do they involve handcuffs? I gotta know, how did he explain this?
He said he had a nervous breakdown. It wasn't his fault. It was a mistake, and he wished he could take it back.
Okay, he had a nervous breakdown that lasted for 2.5 months? No, I'm serious. I do nervous breakdowns. This is what I do.
Okay.
He had a nervous breakdown for 2.5 months. How did he hide that when you were there for the food tasting? Was he shaking and sweating and hyperventilating and throwing up?
No, he was very calm. He's a very calm individual.
It was a calm nervous breakdown. So it wasn't his fault. Whose fault was it?
Honestly, I think it was my fault, the venue's fault, and his fault.
How was it your fault? How'd you make the list?
I guess, honestly, I didn't see the red flags that were thrown my way. And I should have been more maybe aware. Should have been more on top of things.
What'd you miss?
There was a couple of instances where, for example, with the photographer, he said he paid the photographer. He never did. And the photographer kept calling me, and I ended up paying his half because he told me to cover his half for him, and he'll pay it back. He'll pay me back.
Well, that's a red flag.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
Was he having a nervous breakdown when he lied about that?
Nope.
That was just a lie.
Yeah.
Why do you think he didn't show up?
I honestly don't know. I keep asking myself that question, and I keep asking him that question.
And if he wasn't going to show up, why do you think, since he's known you since like the 3rd grade, why he didn't tell you, just like, I'm panicking here or something, we need to call time out or something?
I really don't know. I truly believe like he really did have a breakdown before.